This is the best sling bag of 2023, but there are some drawbacks, so let's get into it. This bag, as you can see in the title, is the Air City Sling 2. Got it about a year ago now, so I've had quite a bit of experience and kind of want you to know why I personally think it's the best bag out there still as of 2023, and get into some of the pros and cons of the bag and what make it for you and what might make it not. So I guess jump into the pros first. I think probably the least important thing that I've found is, but it still is a pro if it's important to you, is the Cordura fabric that's made out of increases weather resistance. So if you're going to be out and about in the rain, if you live in Seattle or something, it's pretty useful to have something that can absorb some of the water. It's not super waterproof, but it's at least a little weather resistant, so that's definitely going to help in that kind of scenario. And I'm never really concerned, unless it's a downpour, that the water's going to get inside. There's also a Maglock system on here for the actual release mechanism. So if you want to keep it tight or whatever you want to do, it's pretty easy. It just clips back on and slides out. Makes it a lot easier than trying to find a buckle and that kind of stuff, which, isn't the biggest thing in the world, but it is helpful. The kind of downside about that, though, is it is in the center. So I know other bags that I've used in the past have had buckle more towards the actual end of the bag or either side. So it kind of keeps it out of the way, but this can kind of get in the way if you're wearing a backpack or something like that and you're slinging around the front. It could get annoying on the back. The adjusters can also get a little bit annoying sometimes. I haven't noticed much of the issue once you kind of get it dialed into your body, and you do have on both sides, so you can kind of figure out what works for you and where is best for you. But if it's pretty heavy, sometimes it can slide and get out of position. So that's just kind of up to you and how you want to deal with it. So the next big thing that I think is probably one of the best things going for this bag is just the style of the bag. Personally, I like the color black and everything, and easy to match with anything you have, and some of the other crazy colors can kind of be tough, like ones from Cotopaxi, stuff like that. It can be nice bags, just not quite fit the aesthetic. Also, it's maybe not, I think the one main bag that competes style-wise for me right now is the Fjallraven Olvo bag or something like that, which I actually carried for probably about 6-7 months before I got this bag. And the reason why I like these bags is because there's a lot of bags on the market that are more of a box shape that's wide, kind of like Lululemon, or even some stuff from Alpaca is just kind of big and blocky, and it looks fine, but I don't think it's the most stylish, which isn't necessarily the most important to you, but to me, if I'm carrying around something every day, and I do carry this every day, then I personally want it to be able to match with stuff and go well. It's not also some of the bags that you see can carry a lot of stuff, but they're huge and you're just never, personally not going to use that much stuff. If I'm carrying that much stuff, you're going to be carrying a tote, backpack, something like that. So personally, it doesn't really bother me. It is a little bit on the larger side for some people, I think, but it does have straps that you can pull to cinch it down or expand it depending on, I guess, your needs for the bag, which definitely comes in handy. Some of the smaller ones, like the Lululemon bag that I was mentioning earlier, just if you're carrying just stuff with your keys or your wallet or something like that, then it's not that big of a deal. But personally, I carry quite a bit of stuff on me because that's kind of the reason why I have a sling in the first place. If I'm just worried about carrying my wallet and keys, I'm just going to stick them in my pockets. And as a dude, that's not as big of a problem. For females, it makes more sense. Get something small if you're getting something like that. The reason why I switched over to this over something like the Fjallraven bag is that even though I think that one looks pretty good and also has some good weather resistance, it just has basically zero internal organization. It's a little small. It has one big main pocket, one back pocket, and then one little mesh on the inside. But this kind of has pockets galore, which I really like. Sometimes with bags and stuff, it can get a little too much, and then you're just there's no reason that I'd ever use this bag. But I think this strikes a pretty good balance for that. So there's a big back pocket for passport, wallet, anything else like that. tall enough where most wallets are gonna be able to slide in, not get snagged up when you're trying to close the zipper. And then you have the one big main pocket, which is rather large if you expand it, and it has zipper pocket here and another back pocket, another pocket, a couple more mesh pockets on the inside. So really it's kind of just most organization you can really ask for. There's some bags with more that are larger, and if that's what you're going for, this probably isn't the bag either for you. It also has a front pocket that is weather sealed. I don't think it's a huge deal, but I just like keeping my keys on this keychain, and whatever, I can just unzip it, whip the keys out, and unlock the door, put them back in. Never lose the keys, never lose wallet, as long as you always keep it in there. Once in a while it can also be convenient. It has a little handle if you want to just pick it up, carry it around. This is, I don't think it's really a big deal to just carry around by the main strap, but occasionally it can come in handy, so it's a nice little bonus as well. Now, to get into a couple more of the downsides that might rule this bag out for you is if you're a smaller person, it might not fit your body as well. And then if you're trying to carry like an iPad or a larger notebook, like you can carry little field notes in it, that's perfectly fine. Bigger traveler's notebooks or stuff like that, it's not gonna fit in here because it's not wide enough. And the reason why I didn't get this bag when I was first looking for sling bags, it's kind of expensive, especially if you're coming from never using a sling before, you don't know if you're going to use it. It can be kind of pricey. I think right now it's going for about $89, which isn't crazy expensive considering it's a high quality bag, and but compared to like even the Fjällräven bag, which is kind of known for brand kind of being expensive, that one's about $55, so it's a little over half the price of this one. So personally I think it's worth it, but if you don't know if you're going to use it, could be not. But I've used this basically almost every day for the last year, so price per wear is pretty low. So for me, that's not a huge concern, but obviously if you don't know if you're going to use it, that can be a concern as well. You can go cheaper Amazon ones. I know a couple of people that have got cheaper ones from there and have been happy with it. I just personally think it's worth splurging a little bit extra for something you're going to use every day. It's like buying a nice wallet or whatever. It's something you're going to use all of the time, so you might as well get something that you like. And then I guess the last con I do have to mention is one of the zipper pulls a couple weeks ago did break on me. So as you can see right here, kind of came undone. Let's see if I can get it to focus. It came undone from the main plastic zipper part. For me, not really a deal breaker. It hasn't come loose from the actual zipper, so it functioned just fine. And I more often use the other one just because of the way I carry it on my body. So I don't really know why that's the one that broke. So it is a point to watch out, but I have been, like I said, been using it basically every day for the last year. So it's pretty, that's the only quality issue that I've had. Some people also mention that the zippers can be kind of loud when they're clacking into each other. Unless you're like running, I've never seen that to be an issue. I think there was more of an issue with some of Air's previous, like the City Sling 1 bag. But the City Sling 2, I've not had any sort of issues with that or anything. Yeah, that kind of wraps up my thoughts on the Air City Sling 2. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Watch out for more coming soon, and thanks for tuning in.